One of the most important things is to look at fundamentals. And because I'm going into business, we're going to have to look at the fundamentals of sales, because that's where you generate the income. And so looking back on my life, when I was 19 years old, I realized that I needed to learn how to sell. And when you learn how to sell, you need to have large repetition, and you also need to have a large amount of objections. I was 19 years old, and I started to sell cars. And as I was selling cars, I had the ability to sell to a younger audience. Until one day I walked into my manager and I said, I can't sell to anybody over this certain age, which was probably more or less in the early 20s. And so at that point I asked him, I said, how do I do this? And he says, well, you just don't have the skill. You see, it didn't have anything to do with age, it had nothing to do with my look, it had nothing to do, because by the way, I couldn't even grow a beard. So what he did is he shared with me a few skills that I've now kept today. However, years later, I've added one more. And the first skill is to sell yourself. It's one of the most important components that I found in selling, is because we like to buy things from people that we like, that we enjoy. It's one of the most important things. If you've ever bought anything, you've left and you said, man, that was a really good person to do business with or enjoy the experience with. The next one is to sell your company. Now nowadays, you can work for a large corporation, you can work for a smaller company, or you could even just work for yourself. When you're in a large corporation, you can sell the people that are around you, how long they've been around. But if you are a little bit smaller, you might want to sell the components that you use or the technical features that you use, is also selling what I consider your company. And the third one is to then sell your service. If you've done those two, and the value of your service exceeds or brings together what they need, then you shouldn't really have a problem selling your product. The last one is actually the experience, and this has been newer as the years come along. People like to enjoy the full experience that they have with you. So that is basically the foundation of sales that I will be using moving forward, and we'll move on from there. I think they bought the shirt. Put on my nice shirt for them.